Alright, what's poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, come on in, wipe your feet on the rug, throw some smoke in the atmosphere. I'm smoking on some Uptown Haze, sativa, delicious, old school, nostalgic. I know there haven't been many mob stories up, but I got a couple more things to take care of before I can refocus some energy into putting up more mob stories. Salute to Zaret the Alchemist. Salute to my guy Jimmy Dean. Now this story, I gotta admit, I dropped the ball on this one. I did not see it. I'm surprised nobody told me or sent me a link. Usually you guys do, but it's all good, see? Everybody's busy. But let's get right into it. It's our good friend Gene Borrello. Gene Borrello, former mob associate turned fledging podcaster, sent back to the can for 6 months. Now this is from February. My good friend Ed Scarpo. Salute to you, sir. Again, my apologies for being late on the story, but we got to put it up, being that we've been putting up every story on Gene Borrello that ever came out. Turncoat Bonanno associate former podcaster Gene Borrello has been sent back to jail again for violating the conditions of his supervised release. Borrello, 38, was given a 6-month sentence by a judge in Brooklyn federal court on a Wednesday afternoon in February for participating in podcasts about organized crime and for associating with other criminals while doing so. So there you go. It's a crime. It's a crime to be a podcaster talking about the crimes you committed with other criminals who have committed crime. Quote, "You want to know why I went out there?" Borrello said of his podcasting antics as per the Daily News Report. "I'll be honest with you. Every other cooperator is on there, and I'm not allowed to. Sammy Gravano is on there talking about killing people. I don't like being made a fool of," the judge said. "It bothers you, of course. That's the essence of trust." This is the judge talking to him. Judge is saying, "You made a fool of me." Borrello helped Brooklyn federal prosecutors put away more than 21 mobsters and then spent about 5 years in prison for committing crimes that otherwise could have earned him a life sentence. A judge sentenced him to time served and probation in 2019. 21 people were put away. Then, instead of staying on the straight and narrow, Borrello reverted to parole-breaking behavior, including by participating in YouTube podcasts to rehash his criminal past with former Gambino associate John Alight. He and Alight launched the Johnny and Gene Show around March 2020. The Johnny and Gene Show ran for about a year until March 2021, when Borrello was sentenced to 4 months in prison, followed by 6 months of house arrest and 3 additional years of probation. He was also banned from doing podcasts and setting foot in Howard Beach, Queens. Borrello has been arrested previously that year for threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend's husband and hurt her father after she refused to grant him the rights to use a photo of her in an ebook. "The threats he made were very serious," said the U.S. attorney. He said, "The minute you call the cops on me and grow those balls, you'll watch I'll blow your husband's head right off in the middle of the street. Remember what I used to do? I would grab your father right now and beat the dog shit out of him. Be happy I don't grab you and your fat, ugly husband by the neck and drag you down the street," he said. The DA also said that Gene has been posting videos of himself on social media, holding thousands of dollars, wearing expensive Rolex watches, driving around in high-end Porsche, and wearing thousands of dollars of designer apparel. She urged the judge to hold Borrello without bail, citing his inability to control his temper and his expansive criminal history. At the conclusion of the hour-long hearing, Judge Levy rejected a bail package and ordered detainment for Borrello. "It's hard for me to see clear and convincing evidence that you would be able to restrain yourself in the future," he said. "I'm going to deny the bond." Cosa Nostra News first interviewed Gene in 2019 when he told us that residents of Howard Beach were blaming him for terrorizing the neighborhood when the 2 gangsters who were really behind it were reputed Bonanno capo Vinny Asaro and alleged acting capo Ronnie Gialanzano. Quote, "I took orders from Ronnie G and Vinny Asaro," Gene said. Gene was perturbed that Gangland News had described him as an animal who forced himself into the homes of law-abiding citizens, tied them up, and placed a gun to their head and stole their life savings and personal belongings. Borrello, as per Gangland, is a low-life thug as well as a one-man crime wave who ran a crew that pulled terrifying break-ins and who also pulled the wool over the eyes of the feds while helping them put away 20-plus Bonanno bad guys, including Giuliano and Asaro. I wasn't the boss, Ronnie was. He was the one who lived in a $3 million house on the corner, not me. So Gene Borrello goes back to jail for 6 more months. Sorry I'm so late on the story. Big Rich, Queens, New York City, Mob Stories, Season 3. Let me know what you're smoking on. Let me know what city you're smoking in. Like I said, Uptown Haze. We will talk soon. Salute.